Alright, so stone vertically upward with an initial speed of 6 meters per second from a third-story office window. If the window is 12 meters above the ground, find the time the stone is in the air and the speed of the stone just before it hits the ground. So I'm going to try to draw what they tell me. I have a building that is 12 meters tall. I'm going to throw a stone up into the air. It's going to hit the top of its motion and then it's going to come all the way back down. And I know that its initial speed is 6 meters per second on the way up. Okay, so this is without the quadratic equation, so I'm going to split the motion in half. I'm going to talk about things that exist from this thing on its way up to the top, and then I'm going to talk about things that exist all the way down to the bottom. So, here we go. On the way up, I know that V naught is 6 meters per second. I know that A is downwards at 9.8, so this is negative 9.8 meters per second squared. Since it's reaching its maximum height at the top, I know V up there is 0. And I'm going to look for two different things. I'm going to have to find the distance to the top, because I'll need that later, and I'm going to need to find the time to the top. So I'm going to do the time first. The formula I'm going to use is V equals V naught plus AT. So I have V equals V naught plus 9.8 T. I subtract the 6 to the other side, negative 9.8 T, divide by the negative 9.8, and I'm going to get T is equal to 2.6 seconds. Also on the way up, I can find D. I know that D equals, actually we're not going to do it that way, better choice. V squared equals V naught squared plus 2AD. V at the top is 0, V naught was 6, I have to square that, plus 2 times negative 9.8 times D. 6 squared is 36, I subtract it to the other side, I get negative 36 is equal to negative 19.6 D. I divide those two things, and I get distance to the top is 1.8 meters. Okay, so now I'm going to look at things on the way down. On the way down, alright, look at things on the way down. On the way down, I have, put this in green, I'm going from the top all the way to the bottom. I know that at the top my V initial is 0. I know that A is negative 9.8. I know that I fell the 12 meters that the building exists, plus the additional 1.8 meters that I was at the top. So the whole distance from the top all the way down to the floor is 13.8 meters. I made it negative because it's on the way down. And I'm going to look for two things. It asked me for the speed that it hits the floor at and the total time that it was in the air. So I'm going to find the speed first. I know that V squared equals V naught squared plus 2AD. 0 plus 2 times negative 9.8 times D, which is 13.8. There's a negative sign in there. So I have 2 times 9.8 times 13.8. I got to take the square root of that. And I get 16.4. So the velocity it hits the floor with is 16.4 meters per second. Downwards, if you want to say that. To find the time, I can say that V equals V naught plus AT. I know that V, we just found was 16.4. V naught, we said, is 0. 9.8 is A. T, so I'll divide this by 9.8. And I get T on the way down is 1.68 seconds. So the total time that it's in the air is the time on the way up, which we said was 0.6 seconds, plus the time on the way down, which is 1.68 seconds. So I get 2.28 seconds total. So here's the total time. Here's my speed it hits the floor at, and that should be good to go.